I want the baby because I don't want to kill the baby. I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to.
You're not. They just give you a pill and then it's over.
No. I'm pregnant.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The pill, they just give it to you from the doctor and then you're good.
I am pregnant. I can't pretending like nothing happened. I can't. In my religion, we don't.
You're not. Okay.
I want to keep the baby.
Bombshell allegations against popular podcaster Fresh from the men's dating podcast Fresh and Fit hit news feeds over the weekend. Apparently, Fresh hooked up with an escort named Daisy, and when she told him that she was pregnant with his child, he repeatedly told her to abort it, saying he doesn't want a child right now and that it would be bad for business. This has led to a cascade of criticism online exposing the hypocrisy and the degeneracy of the red pill manosphere. How, ironically, the men constantly complaining about how modern women don't want to take any responsibility are themselves not taking any responsibility. The red pill manosphere has become an issue because while they claim to just be for men's rights and empowering masculinity in an age of toxic feminism, they're not actually righting any wrongs. In fact, they're creating more wrongs, and two wrongs don't make a right. Let's get into it.
So the manosphere / red pill scene, ladies and gentlemen, a video from me on this topic has been a long time coming, and as you just saw, I've got Bryanna here with me to talk about everything going on, and there is always so much going on because everybody's always talking about it, and it always creates the most controversial, divisive conversations. And as a guy in my 20s, when I see a podcast, for example, from Fresh and Fit appear in my recommended, whether it be on YouTube or Instagram, I'm supposed to be instantly taken in because of the message they put out. However, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, whenever I see these clips, I can't help but feel, well, total embarrassment for these people.
How dare you?
Look, it is no secret, and let's be real about this one, men today are in one of the worst positions they have been in within society for such a long time. There is an agenda, and it is pretty clear to see, to make men weaker and, let's say, crush that warrior spirit within men they once had. So when one side goes so far to the extreme, naturally, and it always happens, you will get another side of the extreme, which is the manosphere / red pill scene, which at this point essentially has become feminism for men. But a lot of the ideas that are pushed out by these podcasts, by the people involved, it is like music to a lot of people's ears. A lot of young boys and men get taken in by these podcasts because they sell them the dream. Men today are being demonized in every walk of life. Society has pushed men to the side. Women are all trash. You must sleep around with these women. And then to reinforce all of these ideas, they use on purpose women that could use a little bit of Jesus in their life and make them look very stupid with the points they make. And using these women to push messages that they want people to listen to, I think a lot of them are very destructive, very harmful for men. When I hear these people tell thousands and thousands of men every single day that women are trash, you don't have to treat them well, you can act as you want and they should just accept everything you do. You don't have to be loyal in a relationship. You can go from woman to woman, and again, everybody has to accept it. First and foremost, I think to myself, do they not understand the severe consequences for men if they act like this? And secondly, I can't help but feel there are some past experiences here that haven't been solved properly, and they are projecting that onto everybody else, and perhaps low self-esteem is at play here. But I can tell you, it is a road full of emptiness, unhappiness, and you won't be fulfilled. And men like Fresh and Fit, who position themselves as these masculine men who want to lead, are always complaining about the issue that they're actually contributing to within dating. That doesn't sound very masculine to me. And the only people they seem to be leading are these lost, confused men who have become very resentful. They hate themselves, they hate the world, they hate society, they hate women, and they treat their word as the gospel. But now let's listen to what Bryanna has to say about all of this. And I know within the manosphere scene, the red pill scene, listening to what a woman has to say about all these issues that doesn't say stupid things so you can laugh at them is kind of, against the law. But I think she's got some great things to say, so take a watch.
I've watched many episodes of Fresh and Fit, spent countless hours listening to their ideology, and much of it I agree with. I think feminism has done irreparable damage to our culture, but these men are not going to be the ones to fix it. For example, when Myron, aka Fit of the Fresh and Fit podcast, was asked how he would feel if his dad cheated on his mom, he said he would applaud him and caption the post, "If your dad cheats on your mom, he's a G."
If your dad cheated on your mom, how would you feel?
I'd applaud him. I'd be like, yeah, you got your money up, man.
How do you think mom would feel?
You know what? She wouldn't leave. She's a real one. She would be like, damn, okay.
If it was continuous?
She wouldn't leave.
Do you think she'd be happy with the dynamics of that relationship though?
She knows how it is.
They also go on and on about how a woman's value lies in her body count and how most of today's women are ran through and used up. But then they surround themselves with prostitutes and date escorts. They advocate for men to sleep around with all these different women and then discard them, contributing to the high body counts they're apparently so disgusted by and adding to what they say is a major problem in society. But this, of course, is still the woman's fault, according to Fresh and Fit. They often complain on their show about the lack of marriage material women, but have stated that they look for women on Seeking Arrangements, which is a dating site that connects young women with sugar daddies. I don't think you're gonna find a high quality marriage material woman on a sugar daddy site, but what do I know? Marriage material women would not touch Fresh and Fit with a 10-foot pole because they have made it very clear that they believe they have every right to cheat on you and disrespect your marriage. No self-respecting woman is like, yes, sign me up for that. You see, these men aren't actually looking for high quality marriage material women. They don't want the responsibility of being a husband or a father. No, they want to claim that all women are to justify sleeping around endlessly, cheating, and then discarding women and also the children their actions create. They want to blame women for everything and shirk responsibility, which in my opinion is the exact opposite of masculinity. Now, I don't mean to womansplain masculinity, but I think we all know that masculinity is strong and protective. It provides safety and stability, it takes responsibility, it leads. And that is my main point of contention with the Red Pill Manosphere. They want women to be submissive and to follow, but they aren't leading. Everything is the fault of women, and women must be the ones to fix it. The guest panel on Fresh and Fit consists almost exclusively of girls who do OnlyFans, and occasionally they'll bring on a male guest who just agrees with everything they say and affirms them. They spend several hours on the podcast dunking on these women and making them look stupid. The Red Pill Manosphere may have been started with good intentions, but it's now a place where men go to just hate on women. Most of the Red Pill Manosphere bros that I've spoken to ended up there because of one bad experience with a woman, one bad divorce, one bad heartbreak, and the rest are very impressionable teenage boys. What's sad is that Fresh and Fit and the rest of the Red Pill Manosphere are training the next generation of men to treat women like trash, instead of leading by fixing, by healing relations between the sexes and making the dating landscape better. Because no, that's a woman's responsibility. Women are the problem and women need to fix it. Fresh and Fit offer a very Lord of the Flies approach to dating, and I highly recommend that for your own good, you disregard their advice. They're not selling you actual masculinity, they're teaching you how to take advantage of women, which in my opinion is very weak behavior.
The biggest inspiration behind this video for me was seeing the alleged situation between Fresh and this woman who he apparently got pregnant and then encouraged her to get an abortion for XYZ reason. Just hearing that, you know this is not somebody men should be following. These aren't role models for men. Their ideas of masculinity are just making money and hooking up with as many girls as you can. And well, it does come with consequences. And of course, having a lot of money is a good thing. Nobody's denying that. I think people who hate on others for having a lot of money, that just screams insecurity. But those two things that they preach aren't what masculinity is all about, because you can have a guy who does those two things and not a great father, they're not a great role model, they're not even masculine. And then some people will say, well, they told me to go to the gym, they told me to work out. Who doesn't? Everybody tells you to work out, apart from, of course, you know, these fat acceptance people. But if you need people to tell you to go to the gym, I think you've got bigger issues. So as a young man, again, when I hear what they say, apparently I'm supposed to clap and cheer like a woke liberal when someone wants to identify as the opposite gender just because they said, oh, you must work out. I'll tell you now, one of the most masculine alpha things a guy can do is to be with one woman and create a beautiful, loving family. When I see that on my feed, I draw more inspiration from people talking about those things than anything these people say. Now, of course, to be a strong father that we all want to be, and somebody that can lead the family and be a role model for your kids, you have to work on yourself. You have to understand why you think about certain things. You have to address certain issues you have. I've been working on myself for the last 2 years, you know, educating myself on how to be that strong father in today's climate, because it is a tough thing. But being on this road I'm on, and other men are on it as well, and I fully congratulate them for doing this, but on this road, I have never seen or never read that strong men who want to become a strong father, a good man for the household, nowhere have I seen that they should be sleeping with multiple women and then eventually get one pregnant, because you will, and then encourage her to get an abortion, because at the end of the day, you're still a little boy who is scared of responsibilities. That is what weak men do. That is what weak men do. I'll go back and check what I've read, but I don't think I've ever seen that I wonder why. But perhaps, and this goes for all these other podcasts as well, telling men how to become strong fathers and create strong families goes against their business model and wouldn't provide the viral moments that they need, like this one Myron provided when defending Fresh the other day. Take a watch.
You motherfuckers weren't there when everyone in their mom came at us. You motherfuckers weren't there when I got the false accusation against me. You motherfuckers weren't there when this lied and said that I got her pregnant when I did it. And then you dumbasses, 3 years later, believe some that makes the same allegations again. Fucking idiots. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. All right? These guys were with me in my darkest times. I'm not going to leave them in their darkest times. You motherfuckers. I got my real estate, got my money, I'm fine. I'm not going anywhere. I can't be bought. That was real.
Now, what's interesting when you see that is to become more masculine, you have to become more stoic, so not act out on your emotions, yet clearly we have someone here who is very emotional, very angry, very frustrated, and has to let that out. So, in my opinion, and this is going to be controversial to some fans of Fresh and Fit if they're watching, but a lot of hypocrisy here, and that behavior and other behaviors they tell men to engage in isn't going to provide a father that a family needs. In fact, it's going to provide emptiness within a household, within a woman's life, and potentially a child's life as well. It's just a shame that a lot of men like to listen to this advice, and I guess you could say it just shows there's a lack of leadership and a huge cry for help from men. But if you follow this advice and you act in the ways of degeneracy, you leave women constantly, you create the women that you complain about, you create issues within the dating market, you don't become a strong man, strong father, you don't even know how to lead a family of your own, the cry for help is going to be a lot bigger for men. Yet these men sell the dream of, oh, we're going to save men. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
I'm going to tell you the truth because I actually care about you and I want you to be happy. I want you to be fulfilled. I want you to be surrounded by generations of family when you are old and on your deathbed. I think the red pill does the opposite of what it claims. I think it emasculates men, teaching them to not take any responsibility, teaching them to blame women for everything, teaching them to use women instead of providing safety for them, and teaching them to abandon their post as leaders. I also think it creates feminists. The number one thing women need to feel soft and feminine is safety. A man who cheats and makes a woman feel unsafe is a man who puts a woman in her masculine energy. If she can't trust you, you don't have her back, and you definitely don't have her best interest at heart. You can throw all the money in the world at her, but she will never feel emotionally or mentally safe with you. Hyperindependence in any individual, whether male or female, is usually a trauma response. The red pill men laugh at these prostitutes and these OnlyFans girls saying fatherless behavior. It really is fatherless behavior. It's a trauma response. The man who was supposed to have her back the most was not there. She doesn't trust men. She doesn't respect men. Does cheating or using her for sex and then discarding her help her trust men? Does that fix anything? But don't take my word for it. Take a man's word. So much pain would be avoided all around if men only chased what they intended to actually keep. This catch and release stuff harms women and by extension harms men who want to marry a good woman. Creating more heartbroken, damaged women helps who exactly? Not men. I couldn't agree more. This is what leadership actually looks like. As a girl who grew up in a stable, happy two-parent household with two parents who not just loved each other, but were genuinely best friends, I can tell you there is nothing better. There's nothing happier, there's nothing more grounding, there's nothing more fulfilling and rewarding than having a happy, healthy family. And I think truthfully, that is what most of the red pill manosphere wants. And I want to tell you, it's out there. But you're not going to attract the kind of woman who wants to build that life with you by taking the advice of Fresh and Fit or the rest of the red pill manosphere. It's actually far more advantageous for men to be married than to be single when we look at the data. Studies have found that on average, married men make significantly more money than their single counterparts and are more financially successful than every other demographic in America. In addition to making more money, research has also found that they work smarter and harder than single men. Married men have also been found to be mentally healthier than single men. Many studies have found that marriage lowers men's stress hormones, levels of depression, and rates of unaliving. Men who had never been married were found to have higher rates of depression, aggression, unaliving thoughts, and had lower self-esteem. Marriage also has a huge positive impact on men's physical health, and I'm not just talking about aesthetically looking fit. Married men have a 46% lower chance of dying of cardiovascular disease, which is the leading cause of death in the US. They also have much lower rates of heart attacks and strokes. Married men who are diagnosed with cancer are more likely to have a less aggressive case and more likely to survive than their single counterparts. Married men on average are less likely to smoke, drink less alcohol, live longer, and are more likely to eat healthy. And contrary to the lies of the red pill manosphere, married men have better lives in the bedroom. They report report significantly higher rates of bedroom life happiness and satisfaction than single men. The red pill manosphere also likes to tell women constantly that they hit a wall at 30 and they are basically useless. A woman's prime starts at 18. A man's prime starts at 30. Women age like milk, men age like wine. Men age like wine. Women tend to lose value as they age. Build your own value, kings. You are the prize, not her. I'm sorry, are we princesses? You are the prize, bro, not her. I would like to remind men that scientifically speaking, peak male fertility is around 25 to 29 years old. Sperm quality begins to decline at 30. Sperm banks deem men relatively worthless after 30. And we don't even have to get into the beer bellies and the balding. Men, you hit a wall at 32. Stop pretending you don't. It is a scientific fact that testosterone levels have tanked in men compared to previous generations. Without actively trying to, men are becoming softer, weaker, and more feminine. This is due to soy being added to most of our food, environmental changes, pornography use, and more. I don't think the solution to women becoming more masculine and men becoming more feminine is to hate on each other and blame each other for everything. The red pill manosphere is an overcorrection for a culture ruined by feminism. And feminism was only allowed to take over to the extent that it has because men stopped leading. They took the back seat. They let it happen. It's abundantly clear that the red pill manosphere is just the male version of feminism. I would advise any man who genuinely wants to live a happy, fulfilled life and who genuinely wants to find a good woman to spend his life with to actively avoid the red pill manosphere dating advice. Dating does not have to be survival of the fittest.
But that is the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. It's a new topic that I haven't really, as I said, spoken about, but it has been a long time coming, so I'm interested to see what you guys think about everything that was discussed here. If you want to go ahead and subscribe to Bryanna's channel, the link will be in the description. She's doing amazing things. She's a great conservative, and as you can see, the girl can clearly talk, so I highly recommend you do. But if you have enjoyed this video as well, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video. But until next time, it has been your boy JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out.